Thank you very much. I'm one of two British nationalist members of the European Parliament, one of about 16 genuine nationalist members of the European Parliament. Now, the European Union has immense power over every nation in Europe, including Sweden. The European Union decides approximately 80% of the laws which every nation of Europe is now ruled by. The European Union spends an increasingly large amount of our taxes. The European Union is an extraordinarily powerful organisation, but individual members of the European Parliament have no power whatsoever. Sweden has 20 members of the European Parliament. They pretend that they're very important. They take up very large amounts of taxes, but they actually have no power whatsoever. They're a fig leaf. Members of the European Parliament are not permitted to initiate legislation, to propose any laws. We're not even allowed to significantly change proposals. No proposals for the laws, this avalanche of laws coming from the European Union, come from elected representatives. Not elected representatives in Britain, nor in Sweden. They all come from unelected bureaucrats over whom no one has any control. Your Swedish members of the European Parliament are not even permitted to ask who the bureaucrats are who sit on the 1,000 committees that make your laws. This is a complete annihilation of our understanding of democracy. Now, in virtually every single country in Europe, our forefathers, going back generations, fought and suffered and sometimes died to secure democratic government. And under the European Union, democratic government for every country in Europe, Sweden included, is simply being swept away. And any member of the European Parliament who tells you otherwise is a liar, which is no surprise, because the other parties have consistently lied about what they've intended to do to our countries, including Sweden, and they're lying to this day. Their intention with the European Union is to create one giant superstate, one European nation, but you cannot have two nations in one place. Either Sweden is ruled by the Swedes, or Sweden is ruled by unelected bureaucrats and bankers in Brussels, which is what is happening right now. And it's got to be stopped, because your forebears didn't fight and die and suffer and go to prison to secure democracy for the people of Sweden in order that treacherous politicians could simply come and give it away because they're very well paid to do it. It's a disgrace, but it's up to you people to stop it, and it's only the Swedish National Democrats who are truly addressing this issue. It's why they need your support in this election. It really matters. It really does. Now, although individual members of the European Parliament have effectively no power, the nationalist bloc does have some power. We recently formed a formal organisation called the Alliance of European Nationalist Movements, and as this grows, it will become more effective. We're looking in particular to launch what has been described as a nationalist Al Jazeera. So, on the increasingly integrated platform of the internet and television, that's what we're working towards, to build a common, mainly English language, but with other languages coming in as far as possible, news agency using the internet as it merges with televisions. Because in the end, the other problem with democracy is that people vote according to the news they're told by the television people. The people who control the TV, the people who control the mass newspapers, decide what issues are acceptable to be discussed at elections. They decide what the electorate are considering when they're voting. That is also a direct attack on our democracy, because a handful of people who control the mass media decide what the issues are in elections. That is something further that has to be stopped. There's no point complaining about it. It's up to nationalist organisations to do something about it. And again, the only organisation in Sweden even addressing this huge democratic deficit, which results from the enormous power of the mass media barons, are the National Democrats, which is a key reason that the National Democrats are consistently attacked by the mass media. What do you expect? The people who at present have the power want to keep the power, because power gives them money. So they don't want an upstart political party coming along pointing out it's undemocratic and deciding to do something about it.